Hudson, and this is my executive coaching reflection. In the foreword to his book, The Coaching Habit, Michael Stanier says, "Stay curious a little longer, rush to action, and advice giving a little more slowly." Based on Garvey's description of executive coaching, this seems like wise advice. According to Garvey, a coach listens and asks questions to challenge and encourage, and to draw information out of the coachee. Garvey describes executive coaching as typically short-term, with a specific agenda established by the coachee, non-directive, in other words, the coach does not provide much input, rather they ask questions, solution-focused, and designed to coach the person, not the problem. Garvey shares the GROW model as a model coaches can use to help coachees achieve their goals. G stands for goals. The coachee should establish the goals of the coaching. R stands for reality. What are the issues related to the goal? O stands for options. The coach helps the coachee identify what can be done. And W, Garvey says it either stands for what is the motivation to move forward with the options, and how can the coachee increase motivation to move forward, or W stands for wrap up, in which the coachee determines a plan of action and which brings the coaching session to a close. To do all these things, a coach must pay attention, not interrupt, and encourage the coachee to provide more information. Garvey and colleagues discussed the lack of high-quality, peer-reviewed research related to coaching, with most studies being case studies examining the coachee's experience. I found the supervision chapter to be an interesting juxtaposition to this lack of research. Garvey and colleagues point out that the existence of supervision is driven by a need to professionalize the coaching industry and assure quality of coaching. I can't help but wonder if this is possibly in lieu of requiring coaches to be trained psychologists, counselors, or psychotherapists, or possibly even to counter the lack of high-quality research related to coaching. Supervision seeks to improve coaches' coaching practices and ensure coaches are utilizing best practices with clients, as well as to provide a sounding board for coaches to seek support in dealing with clients. It's designed to make coaches more effective. The author points out that most practitioners agree supervision is needed, but few agree on how it should be conducted. Two models of supervision are presented. Hawkins and Shohet includes 7 factors designed to help the supervisor help the coach help others, while Merrick and Stokes' model bases the type of supervision required on the experience of the coach, with novices requiring different strategies than experienced coaches. The authors also point out that supervision is only one way for coaches to improve their practice. Others include coursework, action research, scheme gathering, and group supervision. Executive coaching seems like a reasonable way to help coaches solve complex problems by guiding them through questioning to use their skills and knowledge to identify and evaluate options, and ultimately create a plan of action to solve the problem. That said, one thing I learned from my doctoral studies is that people believe a lot of things because they seem true or they seem like a good idea, when in fact there's no research to back up those beliefs. This leads me to think that more high-quality, peer-reviewed research is needed to determine the actual value of executive coaching and supervision, as well as to determine what methods of coaching and supervision are most effective. Here are my references, and thank you for listening.